a 5:45 a.m. C2 South Boulder with Amy. Amy's a new instructor. She's been teaching for about 3 weeks. She was in the October round of power yoga teacher training that I was in originally until I broke my collarbone. It's great to see her teaching, and great to see that she's doing well. She's a really present, mindful, focused, personal development oriented individual, and I really like her. The C2 that she taught was one that apparently the new instructors that come right on to teach C2s are given as a set C2 sequence with a little bit of wiggle room. So she taught us that. It was built fairly well from the C1, or fairly close to the C1. And so there were a lot of things that I noticed that were fairly similar, and then add-ons from there that I also really liked. One thing I really liked in the class is that instead of going into a horse pose at one point, it was like warrior. I want to say it was a warrior 2. Maybe it was coming back from Chapasana, but anyways, it was instead of what she had been doing, which was taking a horse or Prasarita forward fold, she decided to do some Chapasanas, like moving side to side, and I think that it was a great idea for sure. One thing is that there seems to be a little bit of extra time there. Her and I were talking about this after. Maybe there's room to throw a Prasarita in the second one, or be a little tighter on the first and then do 2 full things on the second one. So there's definitely some more wiggle room and tweaking to do there. And further, I really liked that there was an earlier half moon in it, which then allowed us to go back to half moon a second time and then go for the Chapasana after having already done runner's lunge and the quad stretch within runner's lunge, as well as some other quad openers. Hold on, I'm filming. And yeah, Chapasana went really well for me. Normally that's something I can't really get into because my quads and hip flexors are fairly tight, but they opened up. I think part of it's that this was an early morning class, so I hadn't sat for the day yet, and so I was open enough to be able to move into these postures. That said, I was really tired, so it was a nice, slow, not too intense flow, which I was excited about. That's it. Done.